Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially 12th heading into the international break. I mean, this must be our number. This must be fate. We cannot seem to get away from the number 12. So we'll obviously talk about that. And post match, Pochettino had some comments to make about the match we had yesterday. So we'll look into that. I've got a special clip from a particular viewer of the channel, someone who follows me on Twitter as well. Shout out to that person. You know who you are. Who's tagged me on a particular video of Lyon. Lyon just got battered by PSG at their home ground, Lyon. So I want to showcase that video and something that I would like to see at Stamford Bridge one day in the future. Well, actually, you know what? I don't want to see it, but if it ever does happen, I would like to see things being addressed that way. I want to talk about Jadon Sancho. I have a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea might give Jadon Sancho a bit of a escape route here. You know everything that's been happening about Jadon Sancho post that match against Arsenal. Man United lost. So we'll talk about all of this. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I mean, of course, we're all still disappointed. I'm trying to put up a brave face and some sort of a smiley face. It is difficult. I am Monday now. A lot of you guys will move into Monday very, very soon. But it's tough. It is tough to be positive during this time frame because we're all scarred. We're all very, very scarred from last season, and for things to start so miserably this season, we're all very, very concerned that, hopefully this is not a repeat of last season. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the table at the moment. As you can see, we are smack bang 12th after 4 games. Yes, it's early days, but this is not good. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure you guys have been watching a lot of the matches already so far in the Premier League. Man City matches, maybe Spurs matches, Liverpool, this, that, the other, Arsenal, Brighton. I have to say, I don't know about you guys. Me personally, when I'm watching them, I am so, so jealous. I am so envious about how they play. Like even Liverpool earlier today, I thought Aston Villa were going to give them a good time, or maybe I was hoping Aston Villa was going to give them a good match and a hard time. But Liverpool, they're just so electric, man. They move so quickly. They move the ball so quickly, and they're literally in your throat like this. They strangled hold you. Similarly with Man City, the way they've taken care of Fulham, I believe. Spurs, as we saw, absolutely smacked the living daylights out of Burnley, and the way they were moving the ball, some of the goals Spurs scored, so good to see. The level of football, not good to see them win, but I'm saying like the way they're playing, it's exciting football. Brighton as well, we've touched on earlier this weekend that they look, for a team that has nowhere near the same budget as us, but they just keep playing some phenomenal level of football. Arsenal, Man United, look, I watched the match. It wasn't overly entertaining from both parts of the teams, but at the end of the day, Arsenal showed their class right at the end, and got the win. Probably deserved to be a draw, if I'm being absolutely honest. Garnacho, I'm not sure how much of an offside that was. I was just centimeters away. But the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our work cut out. We really do. Yeah, after the international break, and I've stressed this after our loss against Nottingham Forest, recent history kind of tells me, if I can remember properly, we don't do well after the international break. For some reason, we get slapped up, and we've got Bournemouth coming up, and Bournemouth are at the moment dwindling around 16th. We are 12th, so it's gonna be a top clash. We need to smarten up quick. We have to smarten up quick because look at. I mean, the teams below us, right? Besides Newcastle, I think Newcastle will jump back. They're having a bit of a shocker as well, but I think they've got quality to jump back. But besides Newcastle, everyone below us, yeah, they're not looking that great. But the ones above us, besides probably, I know Nottingham Forest beat us, but they should have been beaten by us. But besides Nottingham Forest and probably Crystal Palace. You look at the first probably 6, right? Man City, Tottenham, Liverpool, West Ham. Even West Ham, like they've recruited very well after Declan Rice. They've done sensational business, and they still haven't included Kudus in as yet, properly integrated in him. So their team is proper counter-attacking monsters. They will soak up the pressure and they will hit you so hard, and they've got players to hit you hard. So they're a team to look out for. They could probably, move away from these top 4 down the track as the season goes, but nonetheless, Arsenal, Brighton, Man United, I know they're in a bit of a abysmal state at the moment, probably like us, maybe even worse with all the stuff that's happening with Eric Ten Hag saying some mad stuff about Jadon Sancho, which we'll touch on, and obviously Jadon Sancho coming back with a response. But the bottom line is there are some tough teams. And it's going to be difficult to crack into that Champions League position. We have to start picking up the points immediately. And the way we're playing, we're finding it difficult to play against some of these teams in the lower half as well. So, look, hopefully once the international break finishes, I don't know how many players are sticking around during this international break. I think a lot of the players are leaving for international duty. So let's see what Pochettino can do. Meanwhile, let's have a look at what Poch had to say, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to the match post the loss against Nottingham Forest. Let me just bring this up, and let's try and assess what he is trying to.
Football is about to score goals. Well, it's difficult to say things, positive, but I think we need to be positive. I think many good things, but disappointed and with the result, because I think we made a mistake and we paid a mistake, and then we were not clinical in front of the goal and we didn't score, and that is impossible. If we want to win, we need to score goals and not make a mistake. I think after we are going to explain why we lose. That was for that. After performance, yes, we dominate, we create chances. Maybe in all the stats we were better than Nottingham Forest, but in football it's about to score goals and to score more than the opponent.
All right. Firstly, in regards to that, Poch is somewhat right in the sense that we made a mistake, Caicedo mistake. We all saw that, and off the back of that, Silva got nutmegged. Our defenders couldn't recover quickly enough, Desasi and Levi Colwell, to stop Elanga. And then I think Robert Sanchez was not positioned in the right way to stop that shot, which if he was positioned, probably he gets a hand. So he's right. We made a mistake and we paid for it. We're not clinical enough. He's absolutely right. We all saw Nicholas Jackson missing an unbelievable opportunity to equalize in that particular game. But where I disagree with Pochettino in this post-match commentary in these early stages, we'll obviously finish that rest of that interview off, is he's saying that we created a lot of chances. I'll be absolutely honest. I've watched it. You guys watched it. Besides that Nicholas Jackson opportunity, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we created any clear-cut. We created a lot of half chances, but not clear-cut like the one that Nicholas Jackson had. So this is something Pochettino has to do. You look at some of these other teams, as I mentioned, Brighton, Spurs, Man City, right? Some of the teams, even Arsenal, they are creating clear-cut opportunities to score goals. We have to create more clear-cut opportunities. We've got to move the ball quicker. We've got to have our players rush into the box. We've got to have a attacking philosophy, how we want to break down opposition. At the moment, sometimes it's a little bit too slow and a little bit too sideways. We have to find a way to, much like what we did in the preseason, one touch, give and go. I was talking about that so much. Nicholas Jackson with Nkunku. I know Nkunku's not around, but even someone like Ian Martin was linking up so well. If you guys remember, Angelo Gabriel was linking up so well. Everyone was so quick, so, understanding of each other's movement. But all of a sudden the season started and it's all back to being sideways and very lethargic, very slow. We have to be more penetrating, quicker and through the middle. So let's see if that's something we can rectify down the track.
They were very well organised at the back, weren't they?
Yeah, but I think from the beginning, in the first few minutes, we create 2 big chances and we didn't score. And then was, always again that we dominated. we didn't in the first half didn't create one chances, and of course disappointed because this type of game we need to be more competitive, and I think and to be more clinical in front of the goal. And yes, disappointed, but the only way to change this type of result is working really hard and being positive.
You made changes. You gave Cole Palmer his first minutes as well. How impressed were you with him?
No, I think he need to settle on the team. He need to work. He need to know the mates and the teammate to know him. I think it's too many things, but I think positive. Even if we lose, I think for him it was positive to play a few minutes.
In regards to Cole Palmer, he's had his first match, right? And I wanted him to start, but I fully understand a lot of the fans that were saying that, look, Miz, there's no way he's going to be able to start. It's his first match for Chelsea. Not that he's not match fit, but you need the chemistry. As Pochettino said, he has to understand his teammates. The teammates have to understand him. But let me make one thing very clear. After the international break, if we already didn't have time to waste after the international break, you best believe we have zero time to waste. Zero time to waste. So Cole Palmer needs to be in the forefront of our attack. We have to stop this shenanigans with Ben Chilwell playing as a left wing. If we need to play Cole Palmer in that left wing position, play it, because Cole Palmer will do that a lot better. But I fully expect Cole Palmer to play probably just behind Nicholas Jackson so he can find those passes. Move Enzo Fernandez a little bit deeper, because that's where I've always said Enzo Fernandez is much better coming from deep and then arriving, not when he's a little bit forward. So I'm happy for Enzo, Caicedo, and Cole Palmer. Take away Gallagher. Once again, no disrespect. I know Gallagher's been doing really well, but take away Gallagher. Off the ball, he's been doing well. Take away Gallagher, put Cole Palmer just behind Nicholas Jackson. Add another body. Nicholas Jackson all by himself cannot do everything. We add another body of goal-scoring, personnel. So for me, that is very, very important.
It's frustrating to lose, but how important is patience at the moment, especially with so much change?
Patience and belief in the process. I think the process is that we are doing is good. It's only
It's that P word, man. Process. Oh, no.
matter of time, and yes, but we cannot now to put any excuses. I think we deserve to lose, yes, because we didn't score and we made a mistake, and now we need to be positive in the way that we are evolving in the game and develop our philosophy. I think is good, but we need to keep believing and and really work hard to try to change these feelings.
And finally, now going to the international break, does that give you an opportunity to maybe get a few players back into the squad following their rehab?
Yes, we are going to work hard to try to recover players. Hope that we can recover a few players for the next months.
And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, fair enough. I mean, he's positive, and we as a fan base, I know we're hurting. I'm hurting, and we're gonna hurt. We're gonna hurt till Premier League resumes again. But Poch, yeah, we need to be positive. We need to be upbeat, and we're gonna try our best to be upbeat. But the only way you can stay upbeat is you got to pick up 3 points. That's the only way you're going to be upbeat. So look, like the optimism, and as I've said in recent times, Poch, you do a lot of big talking. You've been doing a lot of big talking. Maybe time to just keep quiet a little bit and just show all of that on field with our players. So that's my bottom line in regards to this. Ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you felt about Pochettino's post-match interview in the comment section. I want to share this particular clip from you with you guys now, ladies and gentlemen. Leon, they're not having a good time. Obviously, we've been linked with Ryan Shirky. We were linked with Bacola. Bacola's gone to PSG. We're still, seems like, a lot of the Chelsea fan base are very interested in Ryan Shirky. I don't know. None of the top journalists have been talking about it. Fabrizio Romano in the transfer news said that there's been no approach towards Ryan Shirky, but there's still a lot of interest for Lyon at the moment. Seems like we've got, and obviously Diego Moreira has gone on loan to Lyon, so we'll see whether he gets game time down the track. Their season has not been good. The reason I want to share this with you is, ladies and gentlemen, I obviously I don't want to see this ever, but if we continue doing what we're doing, dropping points at home, or the way the miserable start that we've had in the Premier League season, I would love our fan base at Stamford Bridge to react like this. Obviously not in French. Oh, to the players and the manager. But I feel like sometimes these players, they need to feel what the fans are feeling. I feel like they don't always seem to connect. Yeah, they come up with a lot of these motivational commentaries and posts and tweets and Instagram messages, but I need them to feel our pain sometimes, and maybe then they can go out there and really, really fight for us, because I feel like sometimes maybe that's what's lacking. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Jadon Sancho news has been blowing up. It's been unbelievable what's going on. If there is a club that is probably maybe worse than us at the moment in terms of chaos, that's probably Man United. Man United obviously lost 3-1 against Arsenal away from home at the Emirates. They probably got a little bit unlucky with that offside. I feel like maybe that wasn't offside with Garnacho, but it was given offside. Look, it is what it is. And then after that, Arsenal did the number of them right at the end. Declan Rice, out of all the people, scored. Obviously, some parts of the Chelsea fan base, celebrating that and or stating, "Oh, we should have got him. I can't believe he's gone to Arsenal." This, that, the other. Like, just shut it. Absolutely shut it. It's done. But post-match, Eric Ten Hag was asked, what's going on with Jadon Sancho? And this is what he had to say. Eric Ten Hag, do you know what? He doesn't need to say this, and I'm not really sure why he's saying this publicly, because this is throwing the players under the bus and creating a lot of controversy. So check this out. Ten Hag, Jadon Sancho out based on performance on training. We didn't select him. Straight up, he's ruthless. And coming out and saying this, you have to reach the level every day at Manchester United. That's why in this game, he wasn't selected. I mean, talk about if you want to burn bridges with someone. And manager, you can say this offline to the player. You don't need to come out publicly and say it like this, because you know the amount of abuse is going to cop. Now, in the transfer window, if you guys remember, there was a list of 10 players that we were potentially linked with in terms of the central attacking midfielder. I know we ended up getting Cole Palmer, but Chelsea being mad the way they are. And I've sort of entertained this during the transfer window that, Jadon Sancho can't play in the wings. He's not quick enough. But as a central attacking midfielder, I think he's still got quality. I don't know what is going on in Man United with him. I know his wages are very high. So that's something that he needs to work on. One of our biggest issues, we don't seem to have that James Maddison type of a player. You look at how Spurs play with James Maddison, right? And I know Nkunku is going to be back and Nkunku is going to be that player. But I just have this slight feeling that Chelsea might give this guy an escape route. And you know what? I may entertain that. I'm not talking about a full permanent purchase, but maybe a loan deal. They were linked with Cucurella. We'll see how many games Cucurella ends up playing for us. Sergio Reguilon is there with them at the moment, but they have an exit clause in January for Sergio Reguilon. But then again, some of their players might come back, like Luke Shaw and Malacia and all of that. So maybe the situation with Cucurella is completely going to be dead, and they're not going to be looking into it. But I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Chelsea might entertain Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, ladies and gentlemen, has come out and has been public about it. He's not taking none of this BS from Eric Ten Hag. He's come out. This is from his official Twitter page, and I think it's everywhere now. I think on Instagram as well. Please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that is completely untrue. I have conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to the team. I respect all decisions that are made by the coaching staff, and I play with fantastic players and grateful to do so, which I know every week is a challenge. I will continue to fight for this badge no matter what. Look, Jadon Sancho, if you guys all remember, he was a baller at Dortmund, absolute baller. And obviously, he's come to the Premier League. It's not worked out. In fact, he's probably will go down at the moment as one of the flop signings in Premier League history, right? But what's our biggest issue at Chelsea? One of our biggest issues is we don't seem to have that creative type of a player, like out-and-out creator. One thing, Jadon Sancho, if you guys all remember, in Dortmund, man, he created a lot of assists galore. His connection with Erling Haaland, and even before Erling Haaland, the way he was playing, his eye to find key passes. Like that's how I've always looked at Jadon Sancho. I've never looked at Jadon Sancho as a proper out and out winger, right? And yeah, of course he can score goals. So look, I'm just putting it out there, and I probably would entertain it as well. I feel like Chelsea Football Club needs more players that have that creative sense. This is what we're looking at Ryan Shirky, right? Jadon Sancho is 23, I think moving on to 24. We need a little bit more experience in our team, and I don't mind having someone like this down the track, as I said, potentially on a loan just to see. And look, now the bridge has been burnt with Jadon Sancho. I don't know how he continues at Man United, whether he's going to start or not. We'll see. Obviously, he'll stick around. Being a Man United player, it's very difficult to break your contract. Obviously, the transfer window is closed. But come January, watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just putting it out there. Let me know. Would you entertain someone like Jadon Sancho down the track in January, knowing that Nkunku is potentially not going to be back till January? That's what's been said to us, right? So, and I don't mind having more of players of this type of a caliber, that creative sense, as opposed to a lot of workhorses in midfield. So I'd rather have that. We need to change our style of play. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we talked about. Us, 12th, Pochettino post-match interview, Jadon Sancho as well. Please comment below, smash the like button. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. I shall see you guys for a live tomorrow. I shall have Drog Bubba, so do check that out. We'll have a live with Drog Bubba tomorrow around 10 a.m. UK time. Until then, take care. See ya.